Japandi is a design philosophy that blends the simplicity of Japanese aesthetics with the warmth and functionality of Scandinavian design. It focuses on minimalism, natural materials, and a muted color palette to create serene and timeless interiors. Japandi spaces often feature clean lines, uncluttered layouts, and carefully selected decor that enhances both form and function. By incorporating elements such as natural wood, linen, and handcrafted ceramics, Japandi fosters a sense of calm and mindfulness. This aesthetic isn't just about appearance. It's about creating a space that promotes well-being and harmony in everyday life. To better understand Japandi, imagine a space with warm wooden furniture, soft textiles, and neutral hues that evoke a sense of peace. Scandinavian design emphasizes coziness and functionality, while Japanese interiors focus on balance and imperfection, often inspired by wabi-sabi principles. By merging these two styles, Japandi creates interiors that feel both inviting and refined. The key is restraint. Every item has a purpose, and nothing is excessive. This philosophy extends beyond furniture and can be applied to seasonal decorations, including Easter eggs, to maintain a cohesive aesthetic throughout the home. One of the essential aspects of Japandi is its color palette. Instead of bright or contrasting shades, Japandi embraces soft, earthy tones such as beige, off-white, muted grays, and warm browns. These colors bring a natural and organic feel to the space, allowing the mind to relax. When decorating for Easter, it's important to carry this philosophy into the color choices. Rather than opting for neon or highly saturated dyes, we'll be using natural ingredients to create soft, understated shades that harmonize with Japandi interiors. This subtle approach ensures that the Easter decorations feel integrated rather than out of place. Another defining characteristic of Japandi is the emphasis on natural textures. Wood, stone, linen, and ceramics play a major role in achieving this aesthetic. Textures create depth and warmth without overwhelming the space. When preparing to decorate Easter eggs, we can incorporate these elements by using wooden bowls, linen cloths, and ceramic trays. Even the smallest details, such as using twine or hemp to wrap the eggs, can enhance the organic and tactile quality of the final presentation. The goal is to create a visually soothing atmosphere that reflects nature's beauty. Japandi design also values negative space, or the intentional use of empty areas to promote a sense of openness and tranquility. This principle is particularly useful when styling Easter decorations. Instead of overcrowding a table with excessive ornaments, a few beautifully decorated eggs arranged with natural elements will be enough. The key is to let each element breathe, ensuring that the display feels airy and effortless. By keeping the composition minimal yet intentional, we can create an Easter setting that aligns perfectly with Japandi sensibilities. As we transition into the egg decorating process, we'll keep in mind that every step should feel intentional and calming. The act of decorating Easter eggs can be a meditative experience, much like Japandi itself. Through the careful selection of materials, gentle color application, and mindful design choices, we can create something that feels personal and meaningful. Now, let's gather our materials and begin the process of crafting Japandi-inspired Easter eggs that embody simplicity and elegance. Before we begin decorating, it's important to gather the right materials. Instead of relying on artificial dyes or plastic embellishments, we will use natural, organic elements that reflect the Japandi philosophy. Start with plain white eggs, as they serve as the perfect blank canvas for subtle, earthy colors. We'll also need natural dye sources such as tea, coffee, onion skins, and beetroot. These ingredients will create warm, muted tones that blend seamlessly into a Japandi-inspired setting. Additionally, a few simple tools like fine brushes, wooden spoons, and linen cloths will help in achieving the desired look. A crucial step before decorating is preparing the eggs. Hard-boiling the eggs ensures they remain intact and easy to handle during the dyeing process. To prevent cracks, start by placing the eggs in cold water, slowly bringing them to a boil, and then simmering them for about 10 minutes. Once cooked, allow them to cool completely before dyeing. If you prefer long-lasting decorations, you can also use hollowed-out eggs by gently blowing out the yolk and egg white. This alternative is perfect for those who want to preserve their designs beyond the Easter season. The beauty of using natural dyes is that they create soft, organic colors with unique variations. Unlike synthetic dyes, which produce uniform results, natural dyes allow each egg to develop its own character. 4 warm beige and brown tones. Use coffee or black tea. 4 soft pink hues. Beetroot works wonderfully. Onion skins can create warm orange tones, while red cabbage produces stunning pale blue shades. These colors not only align with Japandi's earthy aesthetic, but also ensure an eco-friendly and chemical-free approach to Easter decorating. To prepare the natural dyes, simmer each ingredient in water for about 30 minutes. Then strain the liquid and let it cool. Adding a splash of vinegar helps the color adhere better to the eggs. The longer the eggs soak in the dye, the deeper the color will become. Experiment with different soaking times to achieve various intensities, keeping in mind that subtle, soft shades work best for Japandi decor. You can also layer different dye baths to create unique variations, making each egg one of a kind. When applying patterns, simplicity is key. Japandi design favors clean lines and delicate details rather than intricate or excessive ornamentation. Using a fine brush, you can paint thin stripes, dots, or organic shapes with diluted natural dye. Alternatively, you can use the wax resist technique by drawing simple patterns with a white crayon before dyeing the egg. The wax will prevent the dye from adhering to certain areas, creating elegant, understated designs. These subtle embellishments ensure that the eggs remain aligned with Japandi aesthetics. Another way to introduce texture and pattern is by using botanical imprints. Place a small leaf or flower against the egg, wrap it tightly with a piece of sheer fabric, and submerge it in the dye bath. Once unwrapped, the imprint of the leaf will remain, creating a delicate and nature-inspired design. This technique celebrates imperfection and organic beauty, which are key elements of Japandi design. Each egg will carry a unique and unpredictable pattern, embracing the philosophy of wabi-sabi. Another way to enhance the organic look of the eggs is by embracing a textured approach. Wrap each egg in natural linen or hemp fabric before submerging it in dye. As the fabric absorbs the color, it will leave behind a soft, uneven pattern that mimics the beauty of hand-dyed textiles. This method adds depth and uniqueness to each egg, aligning perfectly with Japandi's appreciation for handcrafted details. Once unwrapped, the fabric itself can also be repurposed as a decorative element, further enhancing the natural and sustainable aesthetic of the display. Creating contrast without disrupting the simplicity of Japandi design can be achieved through layering. After the first dye bath, you can partially dip the egg into another color to create a subtle gradient effect. For instance, a tea-dyed egg with a touch of red cabbage dye on one side can result in a gentle two-tone look. These variations add interest without overwhelming the overall design. The key is to let the colors blend naturally, allowing imperfections to become part of the beauty, an essential aspect of the wabi-sabi philosophy. Minimalist patterns such as single brushstroke designs can add character to the eggs while maintaining simplicity. Using a thin brush, apply delicate vertical or horizontal lines with diluted dye for a hand-painted effect. Alternatively, create asymmetrical shapes that mimic nature's randomness. These subtle details provide just enough visual interest without feeling excessive. The goal is to embrace thoughtful restraint, ensuring that each egg carries a design that feels intentional and calming rather than overly decorative. Another natural technique is to use twine or rubber bands to create simple resist patterns. Wrapping the egg with twine before dyeing it will leave behind delicate white lines when unwrapped. This method is effortless yet effective in creating an organic, handmade feel. Since Japandi emphasizes craftsmanship, techniques like this align well with its values, ensuring that each egg remains unique while preserving the minimalist aesthetic. Once dyed, the eggs can be lightly polished with a soft cloth to enhance their natural sheen. Instead of using artificial embellishments, consider incorporating nature itself into the design. Small dried flowers or twigs can be glued onto the eggs after dyeing for a delicate touch. To keep the aesthetic refined, select elements that are muted in color, such as white baby's breath, eucalyptus leaves, or dried lavender. These additions not only create a visually appealing texture, but also evoke a sense of tranquility, reinforcing Japandi's deep connection with nature. Once all the eggs are decorated, allow them to dry completely before handling. Placing them on a soft linen cloth or a wooden tray will prevent smudging while adding to the organic feel of the process. Each egg, with its subtle color variations and handcrafted details, should exude warmth and simplicity. This mindful approach to decorating Easter eggs transforms an ordinary tradition into an artistic and meditative practice, one that aligns perfectly with Japandi's emphasis on intentional living. Now that we've completed the decorating process, it's time to arrange the eggs in a way that complements Japandi aesthetics. The key is to keep the display minimal and balanced. Instead of scattering them randomly, consider grouping them in a shallow ceramic bowl or a woven basket. Choosing neutral-colored containers enhances the overall harmony while allowing the eggs to remain the focal point. This approach ensures that the display feels curated and intentional rather than cluttered or overwhelming. To further enhance the natural theme, incorporate organic elements such as small branches, pebbles, or dried moss. Placing a few eggs among these textures creates a visually soothing arrangement. For a more refined look, use wooden stands or egg holders to elevate select pieces, adding a subtle sense of structure. These small yet thoughtful choices help maintain Japandi's characteristic balance between simplicity and elegance. Japandi decor is about creating a sense of calm, so negative space is just as important as the objects themselves. Avoid overfilling the display. Instead, leave enough breathing room between each element. This practice allows the beauty of each egg to stand out while preserving a feeling of serenity. A simple arrangement of 3 to 5 eggs on a linen-covered surface can be just as impactful as a larger display. The idea is to let each piece contribute to the overall harmony without overpowering the setting. For those looking to integrate Japandi Easter eggs into their home decor, consider using them as part of a spring centerpiece. A wooden tray with a few eggs, a sprig of greenery, and a softly textured candle can create a warm yet understated seasonal display. Placing this arrangement on a dining table, coffee table, or sideboard keeps the decor subtle and sophisticated. Because the eggs are dyed naturally, they blend effortlessly with other Japandi-inspired elements, making them a seamless addition to the home. If hosting a gathering, these Japandi Easter eggs can also serve as thoughtful, handmade gifts. Placing a single decorated egg inside a small linen pouch or a craft paper box with dried flowers makes for an elegant yet simple gift. Adding a handwritten note on textured paper enhances the personal touch. In Japandi culture, small details matter, and this approach aligns with the idea of meaningful, minimalist gifting. By focusing on quality over quantity, these eggs can become cherished keepsakes rather than just seasonal decorations. As we conclude, it's clear that Easter egg decorating can be more than just a fun activity. It can also be an opportunity to embrace the Japandi lifestyle. By using natural materials, simple techniques, and mindful styling, we create decorations that are both beautiful and harmonious. Japandi-inspired Easter eggs remind us that true elegance lies in simplicity, and that even small details can bring a sense of peace to our homes. Now, it's time for you to try these techniques and share your creations. Be sure to tag your photos using our special hashtag to inspire others in the Japandi community.